Hello and welcome back. This is ViperAS once again for Viperland, and today I'm going to show my final character in Path of Exile that I've been playing lately. This is my most recent character, and it was a skill that I've seen used that I didn't think could really be used well until I saw a video by a YouTuber by the name of Ziggy D. I'll be linking to his channel. He is amazing. I've actually I saw that one video and subscribed to him, and actually no, because he was also the origin behind the previous build. I'm sure other people have done it, but I got it from him. He's really awesome. He shows good Path of Exile builds, he's a big action RPG person, and he's a lot of fun to watch, and he gives good advice. And unlike the other big Path of Exile person, totally not Cribarian, he seems like a decent guy to me. So, this is this build. To use this build, unfortunately, you need one item. None of the other ones really required any items. They weren't gear dependent. Gear just helped. This one, you need this staff. You really do. Searing Touch Longstaff. You need it because +2 to level of fire gems in this item, and increase fire damage and burning damage. Because the main skill of this build, that's the only way you can increase it, is either level of fire gems or burning damage. Not even fire damage buffs it. So, you want this. Ideally, you want 5 sockets. You can get by with at least 2. You need at least 2 for the skills, but then you won't... Oh, excuse me, hiccup live on stream, of course. Then you won't be getting any of the extra abilities for them. If you have 5, the setup you're looking for is Searing Bond, which is the main skill, Fire Trap, which is the secondary skill, and it's also the one that lets you level quicker, and a second Fire Trap so you don't run out of Fire Traps. I have mine attached to increase burning damage to both of those, and I don't remember what's going to go in the blue socket. Nope, not summon skeletons. Whatever it is, I don't have it yet. So those are the main 2 ones. I got Fire Traps and Searing Bond. Searing Bond I don't use as much yet. It's going to be the key aspect of this build. That was the reason I made this build, but while leveling, you don't really have the mana to support it. So right now, my main ability is Fire Traps. I have Determination, which I don't use because it uses too much mana, but I will eventually use. I have Flame ability, which is great, because you can throw a fire trap, hit Flame ability while the trap is still in the air and not armed yet, and then it'll pop, and they'll take the extra fire damage. Really awesome. Raise Zombie, I'm not really using it yet, but I'm keeping it there and leveled, because of another idea from Ziggy D, which is the Zombie Brodom, which is a hilarious term for it. It's basically raise Zombie to a spell totem, and it just spams zombies that distract enemies and take hits for you. They don't do much damage, they die in one hit, but those hits that they're taking aren't hitting you. So it's really awesome. Besides the staff, I've got mediocre stuff. +1 level of minion gems with Raise Zombie there, just for fun. All attributes, because this one requires dexterity, and I don't have a lot of dexterity, so there you go. More dexterity. Elemental resistance, I enjoy. Nothing special. Nothing special, really nothing special, but it's got more armor and energy shields, which is what this build uses, and I got some stuff in my inventory I don't really care about right now. So, quick look at the skill tree. It's a bit more convoluted than... zigzags more than other ones. So you start at the... what is this, Templar? Yeah, Templar. You've got mana regeneration, increased elemental damage, just to get to these ones, which are increased area and damage of area of effect skills, which both... Actually, I know Fire Trap works. I don't know if Searing Bond counts as area of effect. But it doesn't matter, because you're coming down here to life. Life and maximum life, life. Armor and energy shield, that's a bunch of those, which is nice. Life, strength. Over to here, Ancestral Bond. And I took this early. I don't regret it, because I could have just used the refund point. But I didn't realize it made it so that you can't use your basic melee attack too. What it does is you can summon 1 additional totem, but you can't deal damage with your skills yourself. So Fire Trap works because it's technically the trap casting it. Searing Bond works because it's technically the totem casting it. And Raise Zombie works because if they hit anything, it's the zombie themselves. But you can't hit things with a melee attack. I couldn't use any direct damage ability. So I'm unsure as to if I'd recommend taking it that early, but you can always refund a point. Came down here, got some extra... Actually, I think I came down here first. Came down here, got Diamond Skin for extra elemental resistance. It's really just good. Heart of the Gladiator, you'll notice I got some of these same ones when I came from Marauder, because that's their area. Up there, and I got extra life, and that's where I left off. This build is probably the most fun I've had leveling. It really is. Even though I spent most of the time on Fire Trap, it just does so much damage. It's just fun to me. I enjoy it. In fact, I think, if I haven't done it yet, I have already done it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go over to the same place that just died on the other character and, hopefully, not die. If I'm wrong, then oops. This character does a lot of damage. He does not take blood magic, however, so I gotta be a lot more careful of mana, which will be less of an issue at higher levels. But now at lower levels, when you enter an area, you generally speaking want to wait there for a second or two so you can get some actual traps. You want at least one of each. The general idea is if they're a pack of weaker enemies, fire traps. They don't cost too much mana. You toss them down, they explode, things die. If they're more powerful enemies, fire trap and flammability, because that makes them take, extra chance to be ignited, and they lose 35% fire resistance, so they just go down hard. If it's a really powerful enemy that I kind of want to keep distance from, I'll use Searing Bond, but that uses the most mana out of any of these. If it's really powerful, I'll drop 2 of them, because it's a lot of fun. I'll show that before this is over, because it is what this build is eventually just going to do. But the point is, Searing Bond only scales from burning damage, not from fire damage. So that's what this build is really looking for, extra burning damage. The fire trap, the initial pop, does fire damage, but the ground effect is burning. So that's what you really want to aim for. You want to try and keep them on there as long as possible. The initial hit, whatever. As long as you drag them onto the fire, they're going to drop. This is indeed, yeah, this is cruel. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't on normal again. Pick up all the currency items. So you'll notice these things are dropping a lot quicker than they were on my other character. Even though it's the same area, on the same level, I'm slightly better geared because of that unique, because that's integral to this build. That's really the only thing you need. Before using that, none of these abilities were that damaging. The fire trap was good, but it wasn't amazing. As soon as, like, literally, I traded for it immediately, and as soon as I hit level 16, which is the required level for it, I slapped the gems in, and I went from doing, like maybe 40 to 50 fire damage, give or take, up to, like, 200 fire damage. I'm frozen again, that's bad. Haha, you're stuck there. I'm gonna try and demonstrate on this guy the totem. Oh, that's the wrong button. Totem, totem. Aha! And now they're taking a whole bunch of fire damage. Look at it, and then you could... Oh, too far away. Come on, back here. Back here. The totems do have health, unfortunately. And then you could drop fire traps too, drop a flammability, and he just goes. La-di-da, pick up some of those. So that went a lot better than on my other character. This guy's a little bit more defensive, just because he has energy shield too. You want to kinda, if you can, aim for items that have armor and energy shield. You need to die. There you go. So, I did a bad job of this. Most of mine... Oh no, I actually got better. When I was leveling through normal, I had a lot that weren't, but they just had stats I was looking for, like extra dexterity and the stuff that I kinda needed. So, when this hits a higher level, it's all going to be about the Searing Bond totems. And they're still going to use the fire traps, because they'll still add a huge amount of extra damage just keeping them there. You'll notice the bigger ones don't die too quickly, but whatever. It's still cruel. This is still not an easy game. You're not supposed to just plow through the entire thing. Things aren't supposed to be dying in one hit, unless you've got super powerful items. Which I don't. I've just got a item that's good for this build. La-di-da. Lots of drops. I was kind of hoping for something fun to drop on one of the streams, but it seems like I will not have that happen. La-da-da. Over this way. More traps. More traps. Oh, I hate that aura. That aura you can tell by sight because it's a very distinctive one. Until you kill the main person who has it, which is the bigger one, none of the little ones can die, but they can go to 1 HP. So usually as soon as the big one dies, all the little guys just kind of keel over, which is kind of hilarious. But it can be problematical. It was a big problem on the Marauder, because yeah, I had the ground slam thing, but it didn't do as much damage, so it took a while to kill that main person. This character, not so much. So if you can acquire that staff at a decent price, preferably, if you can get 4 sockets, that's perfect. That's the idea. Not perfect, but that's good enough. If you can get 2, it'll work, because all you need is the 1 fire trap and the 1 Searing bond. But it's better with at least 3, so you can get the 2 fire traps, because there's quite often, like right now I'm out of that 1 fire trap, but I've got another one, because different gems actually have different counts of traps. Very beneficial. You can only store up to 3 traps at once, and it takes a while to regenerate each one, so that's why 2 skills are very helpful. And the fact that I got the second skill so late means it's actually of a different level, so when I want a lesser cost ability, I can use that one. It's very helpful. I've enjoyed that quite a bit. So that is this character. What did I name him? I think I named him Viper Burning Totems, because terrible at naming things. So yeah, looks cool, works well. I'd recommend this build if you can get that staff. If you can't, either of the other ones were both easy. The Marauder was quicker to get to blood magics. That's probably the easiest one to sustain, because I don't like dealing with mana cost. That's just me. But I'd recommend them both. Also, I completely forgot again, Kiwi. Kiwi is the greatest part of this game, hands down. Thank you for watching. This has been ViperAS for Viperland. I may do another episode, or this may be the end of this little series. I don't know. I'm going to take a look at my Steam list and see if there's anything else I want to show off. So either way, thanks for watching, and tune in next time for whatever my next video is.